out here with it at the Coffee Bean on Sunset Boulevard, baby. Sunset Boulevard, baby. Out here catching this little vibe. Cool little spot right here. Hey, what do we have here? Moringa powder. Oh, dandelion mint tea. Hey. Get it in. Got the last little bracelet. Matter of fact, don't forget y'all if y'all interested. Oh, got the howlite, kyanite, and amethyst. But, yeah. In fact, I gotta look up this usnea. That's to cleanse and detox. I'll be dropping that in my tea as well. Yeah. Keeping the vibe in. Oh, what's up though, y'all? What's up? Take up this tea. Matter of fact, just did a video on twin flames. Just a quick one. Oh shit, you gotta cut this. Oh. I just had to just peel it. Alright. Oh, that's cool. The little bags like this, little tea bags. Little round. Alright. Hey, that's cool there. That's cool. Yeah, dandelion root. I think dandelion root works on the, because I know burdock, I think, is mostly with the liver. Dandelion would be more so with the blood work. But very detoxifying. Like, I came across so many detoxes with dandelion root in it. You know, on some type of dandelion. Matter of fact, because I remember the 7-day detox that we used to sell at the store. It had alfalfa, red clover, burdock root, and dandelion. It was a 7-day detox. I'm like, shit, that's a 7-day guaranteed detox, and all these herbs available to me. Why I'm not just getting all these herbs straight up and shit? Matter of fact, because I'm about to do that. I'm about to start capsuling up my own detox. It's always great to start the day with a good tea too. What's up, y'all? Queen of Me, Blessings, Moon 88, Happily Nappy, Transcend, Tarot, Danielle, Alinda, Bodie by Nature, Witch Up, Wood Tree, Ty, Gemini, Quest TGH, 708 Kid, Los Kaya, Ascension Jutsu. What's up, dawg? This dandelion tea be so good to me. I didn't get a chance to pick I ain't got no fresh plants in there. I have my fresh plants. Really good though. Nice detox. As a matter of fact, like I speak on it, do it one time or 2 times out of the blue, it's cheating on your diet. But if you constantly cheating on your diet, then maybe it's not cheating no more. You done went backwards, So be careful. Like as much as again we speak on like, oh yeah, it's cool for you. Like if you got a craving for a chocolate cake or so, like something that may be quote unquote unhealthy, go for it. But again, you gotta hold yourself accountable and realize, like, what's unique for your unique being. But again, there's a thin line between cheating on your diet a lot and then the simple fact of you going backwards and just always eating unhealthy stuff again. Like, be aware of that that self-sabotage, bro. Like right now, that self-sabotage, like it's not in high gear in a sense. Cause say for instance, like it is a polarization. So our high self energy to help us is in high gear, and the energy that's working to sabotage us is, working in high gear. Now, of course, we're not giving our focus and our, energy to that, that lower energy, or at least, we're doing our best not to, but both are polarizing, right now. Like, cause I'm even looking at it, for myself, it's like, like as I'm constantly eating healthy, that hankering, like the energy, because again, that's my fast why dandelion root and say for instance, and think about your liver. The name of it is liver, like to live. Like I'm the liver in the body. I'm the one that be living. But that deals with detoxifying the body, as well as the kidneys, more so on the water aspect. But the liver, and then again the blood and dandelion root and burdock root work with both. So that's what helps us to release cravings. Like the reason why you got a craving for something, just like a crackhead, like like the reason why a crackhead crave crack is because they done smoked it, and that vibration of that energy is inside of them and is in their bloodstream. And even though, say for instance, it comes like a day or two or a couple of hours and they ain't smoked, but they still kind of got that little, like, that little hankering for it because it's still in their system, you know what I'm saying? The vibration is still resonating in their body. So it's the same thing, like, say for instance, you call yourself cheating on your diet, you eat some cheese, all right? But, that cheese, now, of course, again, it's all different and unique to our growth, because also unique to how strong your discipline, Some people could cheat on a diet and and not fall into veering off. Some of us might cheat a little bit and start to like, let me cheat again, let me cheat again. You know what I'm saying? Let's say cheat. Do you add anything to your tea? I mean, in essence, yeah, I mean, my tea is a concoction in general. Let's just put that, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes the tea is not necessarily a tea bag, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like to steep, straight up plants. So, like, I be in a neighborhood in Venice and hit up a eucalyptus tree, a rosemary bush, a little fennel bush. Matter of fact, they got some toasted basil in the neighborhood, which is A1. Like, I take those little plants and leaves and put it in the hot water and have a straight up, like real natural tea. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing is more natural. Think about that. Like, even in, say, for instance, a Whole Foods or Arrow and all these health food stores and stuff like that, or no matter what, like, just say any store, like, nothing is fresher than something coming straight from nature. Because for the most part, in some stores, again, the integrity levels on how fresh certain products is in certain stores, that may vary between the stores, and it varies between the people who the product is actually for, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I'd rather have something that comes fresh from mama, fresh from the earth, than because again, even though organic, healthy, and all that, and it's still gonna do its job, but it has been sitting on the shelf. It has a shelf life compared to like walking in the neighborhood and plucking a fresh piece of eucalyptus that got life force bouncing around, all the life force doing the Harlem shaking, life force in there like little bow wow. Reason why I'm thinking about that, because people used to, because I was always short and I had braids, so that was my nickname, and then people always bullshit like, ooh, slow down, ooh, represent that, ooh, slow down, ooh. Yeah. Represent that. Grab your little shirt. Oh, I think I was about to do it just now. I feel like I had something on my lap. But yeah, too, I got a video on my YouTube that speak about, like, again, the whole aspect of live enzymes. And the reason why, not overcooking food, of course, we want to cook food to some extent, because some foods, especially like some mushrooms, to really get the nutrients, you got to warm up, crack the cell wall, you know what I'm saying? To get those nutrients. And you can either do it by, hot water for some food sitting in water in general, which is like what sprouting is, which are what they call like legumes, beans, nuts, and things of this nature. You have sprouted almonds, sprouted cashews, and walnuts, or sprouted garbanzo beans, and like what it means sat in water. And as it sat in water, the seeds start to I think you call it the germination process, but don't quote me on that terminology. But it starts the little process where it starts to sprout. That's why they call it sprouted. Because, if you sit in water, just like you sit like a little cannabis seed or a little herb seed, in a napkin and some water, sit in some water for a little second, and something starts to sprout out of it. But that, is an expansion of the nutrients going on as well. Yeah, again, some I have concoctions that I put together, not just necessarily tea. Put them all up, Karen, Hawaii, Jacobs, Bless, Queen, Cash, D1, Marco, I Love Life, Spirit So Pure, Dale Original. Yeah, because matter of fact, I had somebody bring that up. And two, remember, this reality is off of your own terms and conditions. Like, you have conquered certain fears that other people may have not conquered. And I think about when I was in the neighborhood picking some stuff, and one of the people in the neighborhood was like, "Oh yeah, watch out," or something else my husband caught food poisoning for this, and I was like, "Well, I appreciate your your concern or whatever, but I'm like, I don't resonate with that. I deal with alchemy on a high level, and I trust my intuition. Like, my intuition gonna be like, no, don't do it if it's something, that is not meant for me to, I'm gonna have a strong feeling in my gut. Like, matter of fact, your gut intuition, is close to eating, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna have a strong feeling in my gut, like, bro, don't fuck with that. Like, matter of fact, because it done happened before, say for instance, if there's a plant too close to the ground, it's like, I mean, this is a matrix, whatever, but we don't go looking for, say for instance, like, my intuition like, hey, that's a little too low, a dog might have pissed on that, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you get those insights, and again, though, your terms and conditions, some people haven't, some people don't naturally vibe in this realm of reality, knowing that they're able to bend certain aspects, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people worry about, like, if because even down to me not worrying about, like, if it was that pesticide sprayed up or whatever, my intuition wouldn't even have me gravitate towards picking it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't even fuck with it, so I police it like that. So, Tiona, blessings. Thank you. Hey, Mr. JK, what's up? Living by design. Thank you. Life, stay blessed. Hey, my stay blessings. They all original. She holds light. What's up, y'all? Yeah, trust that intuition vibe. Yeah. Just trust. Matter of fact, that's the thing. The only thing that we dealing with is fear itself. Like, we're breaking out of all aspects of fear. Like, you cannot, and think about it like a party. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about how we throw parties in essence as we start going. Like, say for instance, the reason why some of us don't go to the club no more is it's too much fighting, this and that. So think about how clubs would be like, say for instance, because certain clubs that have a certain age limit, because it's like the youngsters, they want to fight all the time, they're too immature. So the same thing for us ascending to higher planes. It's like, bro, we ain't letting the motherfuckers in here that be on that fearful shit. Like, I ain't trying to have them fearful motherfuckers. So two, that's why you can't be sour or feel some kind of way about, like, oh man, that's fucked up. Like, I gotta have all my fear going to go to, you know, a higher plane of existence. Fuck right, and then think about it again, like, you know, on that mutual aspect, like, you wouldn't want nobody thinking of just like a zombie movie, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's always, again, man, it's that archetype as well. It's like a zombie movie, somebody just got bit, you know? Yeah, that was mama or sister or so and so, but they bit right now, and bro, we clean, like, and I get that bodysuit, you know, holds a sentimental value, you know, but that person is a zombie, and now they threatening our, you know, you know, not say perfection, but they threatening our environment, you know, and our alignment, because you know, that zombie still in our presence, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's why, you know, like, if I'm living blissful, man, I don't want nobody sitting around being jealous of me, or like, you know, and again, you know, we unconditionally love all aspects of ourselves, the jealous aspect, the procrastinator, the this, the that, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's we are transmuting these energies and not, you know, not staying in these lower vibrational states of being, you know. And well, look, I I just be, you know, going with the flow of my vibe, man. You know, I'm grateful, you know, to just realize again how much everything is so much about just being authentic and true to yourself. Like, you know, because at the end of the day, what you see is like what you get. Like you know, like I'm always, you know, being. That's why I try to, like, unlike most, in which there's a thin line, because I keep it real. You know, you don't want to fearmonger yourself and be like, oh man, you know, I don't want to speak on my life, you know, because people might, you know, use that information and this and that, you know. I mean, I put it like this, bro. You know, you're always, like, anybody could get information and research and do this and that, you know. So I don't, like, you know, I share all these different aspects, but it is a fact though that, you know, like, by sharing, like, say for instance, me sharing that I got a like, say for instance, if I be like, hey, I got a blockage with money, and, like, you know, I'm working on, like, the vibe of, like, well, every time I see money, I gotta make sure I detach from it, you know. And I say that in a video, then say for instance, a certain beings that might not want to see me grow, like, all right, you know, we watched that YouTube video, he said you attached to money like this, that's, you know, that's offering $200, you know, to do this or that, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we know that's what he gonna bite on that, because he, you know, it's like, nah, you know. And again, just speaking on the reality of those situations, but you don't give it power though, you know. I'm not around here worried about that shit, or, you know, like, I have awareness of it, so when I come across people, you know, and again, it's all a energy thing too. Like, when I come across people, I just feel the energy regardless anyway. Like, I ain't trying to, you know, like, assume or overread or overanalyze. Like, I just feel the vibe, you know, and go with that flow. What's up, Miss Janae? What's up? What's up? I see you. What's up to the fam? Matter of fact, y'all must have been thinking about my ass, because I've been thinking about y'all. Tell Josh, Tiana, all the little ones, Jaden, Judah. I forgot the baby name, but love and blessings to all y'all. I know everything is flowing. Matter of fact, speaking of that, I'll probably be going to San Bernardino soon. Yeah, right now I don't need that kind of energy. Yeah, what was just talking about, y'all? I forgot. Matter of fact, feel free to ask any questions too. Ask questions. It's cool. About to get out my little. I take notes on receipts. basically. It's funny, a real balance of like, like say for instance, I got tablet, cell phone, or got ebooks, but I don't, I rather not deal with the ebooks. Like, say for instance, this is notes. Like I go to like I go to different little stores or whatever, and I write my notes. In fact, and I did a video speaking on that. Like I would do gratitude. Like I would write like I am grateful on all my receipts, and write all the things I'm grateful for in that day, on my receipt. Let's see. Look and see if I ain't got no notes or something I want to bring up. Giovanni, hey, yeah, Giovanni. How I'm feeling about what? I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm feeling that I've just been, just in my growth in general, just always being, being in my moment about growing, because I feel like if I just be in my moment about growing, everything will fall in place. So I'm just, I've been meditating more, and not off of no fuel of, hey, this external thing is going on in this realm. What you doing about it? I'm just continuously growing. What I'm saying? Not saying I'm ignoring the external realm, because again, obviously, just like, and it's nothing against what you bringing up, Queen Cash, but like obviously the universe, like say for instance, if I wasn't watching the news, which I'm not. Like that's why, like say for instance, the universe want me to know about something. It'll bring it up like how you ask about it. But again, just be aware though. What I can say about it is just again, that's why I said it the way I said. Just be strong about your growth right now. You know what I'm saying? Not in no panic mode. Nothing should be done out of fear. You know what I'm saying? It should be out of the love of wanting to ascend and not the fear of falling back. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. You should be growing because you love to see yourself grow. Not because I fear what's gonna happen if I don't do, matter of fact, like some like subconscious programming from the Christianity, what I'm saying, that dogmatism, like you go to heaven or hell, because that's the thing, they try to make you fear-based, because fear is the lower vibration that keeps your soul in this realm of reality, point blank period. Like like you gotta release fear and release being because but being attached to this realm is kind of a fear, because like if you're attached to something in this realm, that means you fear losing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, know that your children are not your children. You don't own them. Like right now, anybody who has kids, be at peace with transitioning right now in this moment. Like, and knowing, like, bro, look, this is a guy's dream. These little soul sparks on their little journey. Yeah, in this earthly plane, I'm called mama or daddy, but these little souls on their little vibe, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not coming back or feeling like I gotta come back on some, I left my kids, for one, again, we don't own anything in this plane of existence, we just use the word my for lack of a better word so people could kind of get, like, you're just not gonna walk up on this book and just take it, like, it's my book, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't own it in that sense, but like, I'm using that book, you know what I'm saying? Like, in that sense, but we don't own nothing in this plane of existence. So, and again, just being at peace and detaching, piece by piece as much as possible. Like, you don't have to be on this nomadic, houseless lifestyle, that I'm on, but like for me, I realize how much it's helped me in my journey, you know what I'm saying, to just be detached. It also has amplified my ability of manifestation and being aligned with, with the magic that I am, you know what I'm saying? Everything we do is magic, But subconsciously programming ourselves to know that, this is a guy's dream, this is a realm, it's temporary, these personas, this call ray or universal frequencies, the name universal frequencies may have been inspired on a soul level, but again, whatever this little character with this hat, like this, just for this plane of existence, you know what I'm saying? I'm just an expression of consciousness, of conscious energy in a body suit, you know what I'm saying, expressing itself, through hand movements and word vibrations that you could feel, and my heart beats a certain way and gives off a certain electromagnetic energy that you could, you know what I'm saying? Like, literally, this is like a final way to, consciousness in the physical plane, you know what I'm saying? Because think about it like this, like how we connecting with the ancestors right now, but it's very subtle, like we got to be vibrating on a high frequency in order to hear them, you know what I'm saying? And again, because don't have no grounding, like just like a computer grounds the electricity, like a monitor, a computer monitor, it grounds the electricity so that it don't have like a crazy amount of electricity coming through, because then you won't be able to get the message, from it, you know what I'm saying? But what I was gonna say, yeah, basically, the bodysuit allows for high vibrational consciousness to have a dense experience, quote unquote physical, but again, a 3D dense, lower vibrational, slower vibrational existence. Because it's just, it has a certain, experiencing things from this perspective also is something that we never experienced, things from a physical vibe on this level. So, again, it's a learning experience. Yep, RDLS 92 blessings. Matter of fact, y'all, again, staying up on my abundant vibes. Any and all donations is greatly appreciated. I put the donation link is in my bio and also in the last one of the last videos I posted. But any and all donations is greatly appreciated. 1 penny from every viewer. In fact, $1 from every viewer on that reasons why I should not open my pineal gland, and that would be $92,000. Again, the motivation for doing your work shouldn't be about the money. Because again, like, and matter of fact, so again, everything being with your intentions and where your heart at. Like, my heart is to make sure that, again, is expressed. Like, where I'm not like just like, oh, let me just play victim mode and, not say anything and just allow for myself to sit to the side. Like, no, hey, I do have a situation for donations to be available. But again, that's not my motivation for this video. Because if it was, I'd be like, hey, y'all, before I even say anything else, somebody send me a donation. If I don't see that donation pop up on my phone, well, fuck y'all, live going off. You know what I'm saying? Like, and 1,000 videos, and I don't know how many hours later, because, I got like multiple 1 hour and 2 hour, at least 2 or 3 3-hour videos, you know what I'm saying? But nobody said, here, this paycheck before you start this video. Again, that's where you're doing what you love, when you could just put in that work and you never like, and there's always a smile on your face, like, bro, look, I love this shit. Like, y'all don't have to pay me for this shit. This is just like what I do, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what abundance said, you know what I'm saying? That's where vibe. Just, it just has a certain flow. Yeah, the external can, and two, the external could, also that's up to you though whether the external is a distraction or not. You know what I'm saying? Like the external realm is just not automatically a distraction. Because if that's the case, that's like saying I'm a distraction. You know, whenever you walk up to me and speak to me, like, you're a distraction. Like, it's almost like saying, like, if everything in the external realm was, a distraction in that sense, again, because we asked for this experience, it's just not to get lost in the external realm. But again, like, if everything in the external realm was a distraction on that level, we would have to walk up to each other with our eyes closed and not pay attention to each other, because we'll be distracted each other, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh no. But I get what you're saying, you know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to, since you said that, that kind of allowed for me to express that little frame of thought, action from it. But yeah, again, it's the internal guidance system first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? The internal guidance system first and foremost, and then it will lead you to, like, say for instance, trusting my intuition brought me to a store that had this book, and yes, it's external, you know what I'm saying, but I came across it due to following my inner intuition, my inner guidance, you know what I'm saying, first and foremost. So that's the whole aspect. It's like we go into a place where the egoic mind, the lower nature, is getting back in the back seat, you know what I'm saying? No longer letting our lower nature and egoic mind, or should I say fear, because again, everything stems back to fear. Even wanting to stay in this plane of existence is you fearing that, I'm going to lose my house and my this and that. Like, that's a dense energy, you know what I'm saying? And you see what it caused, like people harming other people because they fear what somebody might do, you know what I'm saying? Because again, false evidence appearing real. With the Superman versus Batman movie, what Batman was doing, Superman ain't even did nothing, but Batman was on some shit like, well, I fear if you what if you do this, what if you do that? Look, if you so powerful like you say you is, let me live my life and you just be prepared if I do something, you know what I'm saying? But again, like, instead of trying to like lock me up and hold me down on some like, well, I fear that you might do this, so I can't allow for you to live your life. Like, like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, like, getting over fear and like I spoke on it. Like, we going into these high planes of existence, so we don't want no motherfucking fearful people in our plane of existence. Like, how that's a party pooper. We enjoying ourselves, loving each other, catching the vibe, and then somebody come around with their old fearful shit. Like, oh, I fear he might want to try to take my woman, or she trying to take my man. I fear that this person might steal from me, so, like, again, of course, we growing, it's all a growth. We're all working through this, like, right now. But, taste that mint. Lord the Prophet, blessings, Skeet 777, blessings, Mama Barry, blessings. Hey, Cookie on Tsunami, blessings, the real Crib Talk. Apologies, Bridget, if I said that wrong. What is your best manifestation technique? Let's see. The quickest way for me, in my experience, to like try to, to get something to manifest, is sitting there and giving it like a strong little, nice little session of putting it out there. Like, say for instance, like I wanna, and I ain't gonna lie, like the strongest manifestations come like subconsciously without really even trying, in essence. Because matter of fact, I think about how I saw Queen Afua, matter of fact, in the Whole Foods yesterday. Like literally, like yesterday, I was like, I want to tap into some information on some divine energy. Divine feminine energy. Let me go look up a Queen Afua video, to tap into this energy and shit, And so, and then too, look at this vibe too. I'm gonna get back to it, but tell a little story. So, I'm supposedly supposed to be going downtown. Like, I'm like, bro, I'm going downtown. I'm gonna go get some more string and some more some beads. know. And then I get downtown, the store that I wanted to go to was closed, and then my YouTube Red subscription ended up taking some money out of my out of my account, so it kind of threw things off. So I'm like, oh shit, you know. And for a second, that egoic mind on that, oh, I had this plan and it was supposed to go this way. It was trying to like take over and have me go into this lower vibrational state of feeling like, oh, things went wrong or things are not in alignment. But you know, I caught myself and I'm like, nope, hey, if this went like the way it is, it's something, you know, something in alignment somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? But again, still that energy was still trying like, but you know, but I really was trying to get the fucking string and it. But so I was like, all right, well, cool, go to Whole Foods. And walk in Whole Foods, man, not even seconds, you know, like after I walk in Whole Foods, I see somebody with a head wrap just coming out of my peripherals and walking into back into the area with the jaws and stuff like that. And it's Queen of Food, and I'm like, bro, blessings, Queen. I'm like, I'm like, you know, look. We know we gods and that we're capable of manifesting, and that synchronicity shouldn't be something that's like, oh, that amazing. But I'm like, I'm sorry, but I just got caught off guard with this. So like, I just loaded your video earlier, you know. And two, because it's been a while since I had that high level of synchronization, you know. And two, dude, like, it's also the universe showing like, hey, bro, you've been eating healthy and meditating a lot. So, you know, again, like the higher your vibration. That's another thing too. Like, in order to manifest things on a fast level, you gotta be vibrating in a higher frequency. Like, so that's why all parts of our growth go together. You know, like all the things we do, meditating, eating certain healthy foods, not being in a fearful state. You know, making sure you're in the moment and not like, you know, worrying about anything. Like all those things go together in order for you to be in such a high vibrational frequency for you to line up these things, you know what I'm saying, to manifest. But again, from my experience on the manifestation technique, it's a stick and move situation. You know, I might visualize a certain thing or write down what it is in an affirmation like type format, but like visualize it, speak on it. You know, those two things, or you know, some aspect of that. And then I let it go, and I go to like doing something that's gonna have me like occupied in my now. So like, you know, after I put it out there in the wind, I'm like, I go to like read a book, but I do something I really love. It's not like, hey, let me just do something to wait for this manifestation to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, now, you know, I trust the universe. I trust that it'll come whenever it should come. So let me enjoy this now. Like, what do I feel like doing right now that's going to bring me love and joy and bliss? You know, reading this book or listening to some music or, you know, watching listening to a certain lecture or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's looking for something to be in my now. And then like, you're being your now and like, say for instance, be indulging in a book and like, you're so into the book or whatever it is you're doing, like, you complete, because that's what, in order for things to manifest too, it has to completely be out of your conscious mind. Like, you know, if your conscious mind like trying to hold on to it at least 1%, it's like still kind of creating some type of blockage, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be 100% in your moment, like to the point where, again, like you forgot that, like so in the moment that as soon as you start reading the book or doing whatever it is, that like 5 minutes into whatever you're doing, you done forgot that you even put those affirmations out there, you know. And it on different levels, it may not be that quick for different strokes for different folks. But, you know, again, as you build it up, though, you know, it could be that quick. But again, it's like getting in that mode of just doing what you love, you know what I'm saying? Because say, for instance, like, I'm getting back into that vibe of like with my videos, like I'm doing my videos again, doing what I love. And as I'm doing these videos, like again, like, you know, I've been doing this video, I ain't been thinking about like all these other little aspects or whatever. Like I've been, you know, my focus been in my moment, you know, chopping it up with y'all, you know what I'm saying? And as I create a habitual nature, you know, so I'm habitually in the moment and habitually doing what I love, then that's constantly sending the energy to the universe, and the universe is going to constantly send me more of that and more of that, you know what I'm saying? So again, That's why, like, when I speak on the aspect of like being positive and focusing on things you want to grow, I'm not saying stick your head in the sand and try to run away from the external realm in that sense and ignore things that obviously come into your realm, because the thing comes into your realm for a reason, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, what we focus on grows, and what we dealing with on a habitual nature, manifests and grows within our realm. So what do you want to manifest and grow in your realm? That's what you should be giving your focus to. I say it like that, and it comes with whatever percentage you give, your focus of it too, you know what I'm saying? If you partially still focus on all the knucklehead stuff that you did growing up and the negative aspects and how you didn't have this and didn't have that growing up, and you partially focus on, doing better, your universe is gonna show partially you still dealing with that old energy and partially you making it, hard growing, you know what I'm saying? But like that, like this algorithm is straight up like no, like again, like whatever energy is occupying your subconscious, your inner being, like automatically that's what's gonna be given to you and what's gonna come to you, in an external form, you know what I'm saying? In your external realm. Yeah, like that whole, like if I just said manifesting technique, again, putting it out there, or working with a certain crystal, I work with ground, like make sure I got grounding crystals on me, or talk to a crystal, be like, hey, quartz, amplify the vibration for me to stay in alignment with abundance, or stay in alignment with whatever it is I'm looking to manifest. So like that, I could just be in the moment, you know what I'm saying, to allow for it to come. Because here it is again, where I be doing something, like you reading your book or doing whatever, and then, like say for instance, looking to sell some braces or whatever, and if I'm sitting there like, again with the 1% vibe, but like, bro, I hope somebody, it's gonna still be blocking, But when I get indulged in that book, and I even forget that I forget that I even sell jewelry, let alone, was looking for a donation recently. And then next thing you know, somebody will come up to you out of the blue. Like, again, it comes to you. Where somebody like, oh, man, that's cool jewelry. I really love jewelry and grew up with that. How much is that piece? Oh, it's $50. Here, $100. Like, it flows. And when it happened like that, that be the universe showing you, like, hey, you see how this works? Like whenever you was focusing on it, you literally was like having to chase it down in essence, because that was the illusion you were creating. Was having to chase this situation down. It's like, nah, it's about being in alignment with it. Like if I'm looking for some herb to manifest, I'm gonna be in a vibration of as if it already manifests. Because again, if you looking for something to manifest, but like you're focused on it not being there. So if I'm looking to manifest, again, a house, but I'm always focused on not having a house, then that's what you're gonna get, is more of not having a house, because that's what you're focused on. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be in alignment. That's where it takes the strength and the discipline too. Make sure you're clearing your mind, making sure you're putting out your affirmations and visualizing and just trusting the universe and surrendering and trusting that, and matter of fact, and asking like, higher self, please show me the path of least resistance to, being in alignment with this manifestation. Higher self, show me the path of least resistance, to be in alignment with this, you know what I'm saying? But metaphysics lessons. Hey, Fat Mac, let us swag. Hey, what's happening, brother Matt? Blessings, brother. Blessings. It's the attentiveness, transcend tarot. You asking any suggestions on training self to stay in a high vibration, or that's when you start to realize, like, all right, dang, I do have to be a vibrational snob at times, because again, it's like you start to get in a certain vibe, and you still might have that vibe, or let me still try to hang with so and so, or be with a certain person that's like, they may not be directly in alignment with you and your growth. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I had to go through that the hard way of like trying to like play that like, oh, it's a brotherhood thing. So wherever you at on your growth is where I'm at. Like, nah, we all uniquely, we could come in each other's realms, and whenever it's possible, and and be there for each other. But again, making sure your environment embodies a nurturing energy. Because again, in order for a seed to grow a certain kind of way, and a seed gonna grow a certain type of way depending on its environment. But again, for training yourself, it's just the habitual nature of it. Like, because as you meditate, you're gonna become more consciously aware of what is your inner being, and what's like fearful thoughts and things of that nature. And also, again, you're saying like low vibrational thoughts creep in that I don't even notice. You're just like, as you start to become a habitual, like anything that tries, because too, and that's what Power Now reading that book helped me at, is realizing the little ego mind tricks that there's certain things that the mind does that tries to deter us. Like, again, being focused on anything outside of the moment, is in most cases thought trying to creep in, because it'll come trying to dress itself up as something that's good for you. Like, so say for instance, because it knows that you think that spirituality is a good thing, let's just say. So they'll be like, but hey man, you remember that meditation yesterday? And so it'll start kind of like, again, trying to bring it in a good light, but then it'll swing yesterday into another situation yesterday, and then that situation yesterday relate to a situation when I was a little kid, and the next thing you know, you think about some shit about when you got embarrassed in front of the class and it made you cry when you was 2. I mean, when you're not 2, but when you was 12 years old, or whatever. It's having a discipline to stand in your moment. Again, and building a habitual nature. Like, all my videos that spoke to what's got to be done. It's just developing a habitual habit of it. Like becoming habitual about it. That's basically it. It's just constantly creating you now to be in alignment with the newer aspect of yourself. Like, not going backwards to, because for instance, like, again, as I started on my growth, I would catch myself like, oh, I'm way in this kind of thought, like, tighten up, breathe, you know what I'm saying, be in the moment, like, I joke about, hey, what you doing in the moment, like, I'm sitting here, I'm reading this, I'm doing this, bring yourself back to the present moment, is very key, like, fuck what happened 5 minutes ago, or 2 seconds, like literally, like, it's only the moments, cause even trying to play that game of, it was just 2 seconds ago, like, fuck that, 2 seconds ago is no longer the moment, fuck that shit, where we at right now, like, you know what I'm saying, like, the moment, and 2, the only thing that would make it feel like being in a moment, like, there's no extreme to being in a moment, like, being in a moment is not like a polarized thing, like, being in a moment is what it is. So there's no like, oh, you're extreme about being in a moment. There's no such thing, like, you should always be in a moment. Because again, it's all right for us to reflect on the past when it has relevance to our now, or to get to the future when it has relevance to our moment. But to be caught up way in the future on some false evidence appearing real, because in most cases a future scenario don't exist. It's some shit you painting some picture, like, well, what if so might do this to my child, or what if the people at the store say this, or what if, like, you're creating all these fucking scenarios that affect your energy in the moment. It's like watching a movie. A movie have nothing to do with what you experience, but as you're watching it, the subconscious don't know that, hey, this is a movie. Subconscious taking that shit in. You know what I'm saying? Check out my video on the subconscious. It's a 55-minute video. I got playlists on my YouTube channel. Go look at the playlist that it should say subconscious programming or subconscious mind, and go check that out. But again, it's just constantly being habitual about being in a high vibrational state. Some people, again, most people had a habitual nature of always complaining or looking for some sob story or some negative situation that happened in the past, trying to turn a soldier story. I remember how I got over, because even myself in line with bringing it up, when I was on Xanax and stuff like that, and using that story as a reference in moment of how I triumphed and got over things. But again, speaking on that I could only speak so long on that, and there's a thin line between me, bringing up a past situation with relevance to the moment, but then getting into a place where I don't allow for this past situation to be relived. Because again, like I said, like watching a movie, your subconscious don't know that, all right, hey, right now, universe is talking about some shit from its past, so we're not going to listen, and we're not going to allow for the vibration to be affected by this. We're going to press pause and allow for him to talk about this past, and it won't have no effect on the ripple in our existence, that automatically takes everything into account. You know what I'm saying? Again, you know what I'm saying? But I trust that I covered at least a little something that would help you, with your question. But yeah, it's just building that habitual nature of it, constantly being in the moment, constantly saying, hey, I just thought about this right now, and let me do this right now, because a lot of depression comes from the vibe of, feeling depressed because you have been procrastinating, because a certain thought to invent something or to work on a certain project hit you in a certain moment, but you pushed it to the side. Now you're depressed because you constantly been putting off, and you feel like it's never going to manifest because you keep putting it off, you know what I'm saying? And so you keep putting yourself in a depressive, lower vibrational state, and as you keep doing that, the universe brings you more and more of whatever state of being you're constantly in, you know what I'm saying? And again, like I said, that's basically the formula. It's just constantly working on, on maintaining that. To the point where it becomes so habitual to be in the now, where again we forget that clocks and time exists in essence, we become so, in that vibe that our old aspects, I don't even remember that old shit, or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? That's not that we hate old aspects of ourselves or regret anything. Nah, everything I'm not made me everything I am. Shout out to Kanye, and again, it's those unique pressures in our life that turned us into the diamond that we are, you know what I'm saying? It's the fact that I am allowed to kind of get in a place of where my thoughts could run me crazy, like say for instance, the reason why a lot of people, choose to grow spiritually and start to clear their mind, because they were in a place where their mind was driving them fucking crazy. And if your mind wasn't driving you fucking crazy, you would have never reached to meditation to clean yourself, you know what I'm saying? Compared to if just everything coasting, hey, everything's coasting, coast whatever, you wouldn't even, in essence, meditation on everything would just be what it is, so it wouldn't have no need for nothing else. That again, that's what the polarization and it's about polarity, not duality. Poles are two sides to one coin. Two opposites. Where duality try to create two separate situations as if it's not a part of one whole situation. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to the bikers, man. Coming through all fast and stuff. That looks exciting. But yeah. And as you constantly build, and two, as you constantly start catching yourself and nipping that those thoughts in the butt, You know, you're gonna constantly remember, like, hey, I remember when I caught that shit yesterday, and you know, you're just gonna constantly be on it and be on it and be on it till you know you're gonna realize it start to dissipate more and more. You know, because again, like I'm getting back to being in the moment so much. I fuck around and forgot like what I was doing about 5 minutes ago. You know, I'm like, shit, what was I even doing 5 minutes ago? You know, and again, like, cause memory too, for the most part, is not so much us like holding on to certain information as much as it's us like our pioneer being so open to where we could just quantumly connect to some vibes like on instant vibe, you know what I'm saying? So it's not so much as I'm remembering something from the Akashic records as much as I'm just like, all right, I could just tap into that memory, you know, in essence. Eyes wide, blessings, gay, 65, blessings, Alexis, Nap, blessings, Roman Noah Fleet, blessings, Kayla the Light, Plant Based, Mellow, Camilla Means Perfect, Luna the Alchemist, blessing, Meditate blessings, Keo, Outline, blessings, Joshua James, blessings, Sparkling in the Void, blessings. Yeah, we could think about something all day. Like, it's easy to speak on something. I could always say I love you. Like how easy it is to say I love you. That's why, again, it's not about somebody walking around saying I love you 1,000 times or this and that. Like, it should be shown and felt. Yeah, most importantly, felt. Like you could feel it. You know what I'm saying? Because we could give lip service all day, you know what I'm saying? It's about actually taking action. Taking that action. Whoa, Mr. B. Pick, Mr. Brandon. Blessings, what's up, bro? Life day, bless. Swift is the wind, blessing. Oh, blessing. Grateful that you were part of it. Yep. We on the ultralight beam. We on the ultralight beam. We on the ultralight beam. This is a guy's dream. This is a guy's dream. This is everything. Shout out. Matter of fact, that's Miss Janae. When talking about loving the energy, I think about that song and Josh jamming that song a lot. That's a mantra right there, that song. Ultralight Beam by Kanye and Chance. If y'all haven't heard that song, please go listen to it. Definitely, you know. Because we all growing souls, you know. All beings may not be a God turn necessarily, but you know, we all have the same and that's the same opportunities to expand, you know, and grow. And that's basically it. I'm getting a little hungry now. I gotta go put some little vibrations in the stomach, in the stomach. As they said, blessed, I'm grateful, you know, again to be able to articulate myself and, you know, share the vibes on this level. Greatly appreciate the love. But, yeah, you know, again, 27 seconds left, so hey. Now it's vibrate, y'all. Remember that the past and the future simultaneously exist in the moment. And the moment is the time machine. Like right now, it's the time machine. You know, you can simultaneously tap to the, go back in time and tell the old you, hey, it'll be all right, all that.